Darrell, how do you see this one getting underway?
Well, I think the Swedes are going to try to be close checking like they did against Canada earlier in the series. That's what they have to do to be effective.
Here's Robinson moving up through center ice off the face-off. It was checked off his stick. Now it's poked inside the Swedish blue line, but it's back out at center ice. Selvin moving it down over the line. For checking is Patrick Sundstrom, but it's cleared up to center ice now, and Sutter shoots it in. Digging in after it is Tonelli. It's checked away from him. That's Peter Sundstrom. Inside the zone now, it's Tonelli digging it loose. Peter Sundstrom jammed against the board. Sutter out in front. The shot! And it's off the leg as Larry Robinson was floating in the mid-slot area. Now out come the Swedes, and it's cleared down into the Team Canada zone, and Paul Coffey goes back for it. Golden opportunity for Larry Robinson. Here comes Coffey. Outstanding. Set up the winning goal in the Soviet game Thursday night in this very building. Puck is cleared over the line again. Canada's made a change. Goulet's on the ice along with Gretzky and Middleton. Middleton in the corner on this side. Middleton checked up against the boards by Bo Eriksson. Neslin back around the boards. Stopped at the point by Coffey. Flips it right back in there. Now cleared away by the defense as Mats Thelin shoots it down into the Team Canada zone. Here's Coffey at center ice for Gretzky. 3-on-2. Catching up is Middleton. Gretzky's shot, and it grazed the goal post off the pad of Lindmark. Canada putting the pressure on early. And it's batted it down to midair with a high stick, and it's called for a face-off in the Swedish zone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, the wave has started early here, Darrell.
They love it here, don't they?
The Swedes, most of them have seen this kind of thing. The ones that have played in the National Hockey League have watched a few baseball telecasts on CTV, I'm sure. Seen it in Detroit and Toronto. Now near the line, Anderson keeping it in. Clears it into the corner now. Out in front of the net. Nobody there as Gartner hooked it free, and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone. Back to get it is Kevin Lowe. Lowe in his zone. Cleared through the legs. Out through center ice, and the Swedes come right back in. There's going to be a penalty as Nielsen was upended as he hit the line. So the Swedes will get an opportunity to use the power play early in this hockey game.
Kent Nielsen catches Bork flat-footed here. Kent makes a quick move, and Bork has to trip him to pull him down.
There it is. A little bit of knee into him. Just enough to draw the penalty. So Ray Bork goes off the 1:48 mark of the first period. Well, Sweden took advantage of penalties in the game in Vancouver involving these two teams. A 4-2 victory for Sweden. Here the line now. Kept in at the point by Eldebrink. They're behind the net. Sweden flipped into the corner. Nielsen backed up against the boards on the far side. Back out to the point. There's the shot. Missed the net with it. Good hard shot. Stan against the board. Clears it down the ice. Out of his net is Lindmark. He taps it ahead. Sweden regrouping with Thomas Eriksson. At center ice, it's cleared in. Robinson digging it out, picking it up along the boards to the point. Eldebrink steered in front, and Peters is down, and he holds on, and poking away at that loose puck was Stan. That is called for a face-off in the Team Canada zone.
This line of Stan, Nielsen, and Lube, they've been a big scoring unit for the Swedes against the United States. Nielsen had a 5-point game, and they had 12 points altogether. They're effective line.
There's the percentage for Sweden, 20.6%, 7 power play goals on 34 opportunities. Canada has scored 6 goals in 28 tries, so they have a slightly better power play percentage, but for all intents and purposes, pretty equal. Sundstrom, Patrick Sundstrom, tapped up by Gradin to the point. Backhanded behind the net. Doug Wilson around the boards. It's corralled on the far side by Peter Sundstrom. Sweden controlling it. Peter Sundstrom at the point, slipping it in there. It's off the glove hand of Pete Peters, the Team Canada goaltender. Patrick Sundstrom in the corner. Here's a shot deflected wide of the net. That was off the stick of Wilson. They move in once again. Peter Sundstrom's number 18. Falling on the puck is Wilson. He tries to corral it, put it underneath him, and they get the whistle in the face-off circle to Pete Peters' left. There's Doug Wilson.
Boy, he's had a great series. Nice to see him back. Missed the game because of an injury. bruised knees, and he played very, very effective in the game against the Soviets the other night. Canada using mainly 5 defensemen the other night. Charlie Huddy did not see a whole lot of ice time.
So Canada, with exactly a minute remaining in the power play opportunity for Sweden, staying out there once again to take the draw for Sweden. Won by Canada behind the net, one-handed, but right onto the stick there of Håkan Lube. Lube beating it back. There's Sundstrom. Sundstrom checked off the puck. Robinson tried to feed it behind the net. Coffey reaching for it in the corner, and he slams Lube up against the boards. Cleared to the point. Nielsen's got it there. Mishandled it. It's out of center ice. Canada just cradling it at center ice. 2 great moves by Messier. Cleared back in. Nielsen's on a breakaway. Nielsen to the backhand, and he lost possession of it just long enough that he couldn't get a shot away. And it's cleared off a skate and out to center ice once again. Peter Sundstrom's out there to Nielsen. Nielsen checked by Sutter. Nielsen loses it. Messier going in, and he's offside on the play. Boy, the crowd is live here. We couldn't hear the whistle.
Well, Larry Robinson made a nice play on Nielsen there to catch up and just hook his arm. Nielsen was going to make a little shift on the goalie, and Larry got back to give him a little hook to throw him off balance. Mark Messier is playing center now. Had a good game against the Soviets.
Messier, one of the targets of the comments of Leif Boork, the coach of Team Sweden, says that Messier and Anderson, to put it politely, have not played smart hockey. Have been dirty at times, is what they said.
Oh, he was referring to that check Messier threw against the Soviet Koven.
Eklund over the line now. 5 seconds left in the power play. Gets into the side of the net. There's the backhand shot blocked neatly by Kevin Lowe, and he holds it up at his chest. And the penalty ends. The faceoff will be in the Team Canada zone. So Canada successfully kills off a penalty. Only 1 shot on goal through all of that. So Sutter's out there, Tonelli and Bossy. Mike Bossy shocked everybody after scoring the winning goal Thursday night. Told the gathered media that he was thinking of going home. His knee was bothering him. There's a shot that's wide of the net, but he, about 30 minutes later, I think after a talk with the coaches and so on, decided that it would be nicer to stay around for this.
Oh, he certainly can use him. He's one of those guys that's a natural scorer, and you need the goal scorers to win hockey games.
Sutter shooting it in. Bossy hustling in after it now. Bossy reaching for it, but Lindmark came out and flipped it up into the crowd, and is called for a face-off. No score in this hockey game. We played 4:11 of the first period. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Face-off in the Swedish zone. This is kind of a 4th line for Team Canada. Stosny out there with Bellows. We'll spot them throughout the game.
They did not play a whole lot against the Soviets. Bob Bourne saw a little more ice time than Stosny and Bellows. But
here's Stosny now, backed up against the boards. Stosny behind the net. Bellows reaching for it. Bourne tries to kick it free. Bellows kicks it free out to Bourne. Quick shot on the short side. They bang away. And it winds up coming out onto the stick of Thomas Gradin. Thomas Gradin at center ice. Bourne comes back, checks him. The loose puck is picked up by Stosny, who tried to feed it back to the defense. The Swedes come back over the line now. Patrick Sundstrom checked by Stosny off the boards in the corner. Sundstrom out in front. It's knocked away from the goal mouth area by Robinson. In there, and Robinson got his knee in front of that one and then cleared it down the ice. Lindmark, as the icing is waved off, comes out of the net. Leaves it there for Telvain. Around the boards, and Bellows had an open net to shoot at and hoisted it over top of the net. Coffey to the side of the net, wide. Moving in at the point is Huddy. Knocked away. Gradin against the boards along with Stosny. They bang away at it. It goes right through Bellows' legs and out to center ice where Doug Wilson gets it to Huddy. Huddy back to Wilson. Wilson moving up now. Wilson clearing it ahead for Middleton. He just couldn't hold it. It was deflected away from him. Back out at center ice, Patrick Sundstrom clearing it in. Peters up along the boards quickly for Goulet. Goulet ahead. Stan couldn't pick it up. Back to the defense. Eldebrink through center ice. Nielsen drops it off for Lube. They crisscross, but it's stolen. At center ice, here comes Goulet. Goulet's shot, and he's wide of the net with that. Back out along the boards, Gretzky trying to flip it ahead. Stan bringing it back out to center ice. That's deflected away by Wilson. Wilson's over the line, makes a good move, but it rolled away from him, and Goulet was unable to contain it. Now here's Gretzky flipping it in there. And turned around on the play was Middleton. Back comes Lube. Hook on Lube, but center ice for Sweden. Over the line. Lube, and he's checked by Wilson. The loose puck comes to Kent Nielsen, who got a weak shot wide of the net. Nielsen out in front. There's a shot wide of the net as Lube was parked in front. Nielsen back behind the net again. And the net is off its mooring, so it's called for a face-off in the Team Canada zone.
Well, a good opportunity there for Sweden. Kent Nielsen making a fine play behind the net out to Lube, who didn't catch the puck right, missed the net.
6:16 gone in the first period. No score. Shots on goal, 1 apiece. So it's been a tentative kind of first 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
Been some close checking. There hasn't been many scoring opportunities, that's for sure. They're kind of feeling each other out. The tempo isn't as high as it was the other night, that's for sure.
Eklund out there centering a line with Hawkinson and Neslin. Out at center ice, though, for Canada. Over the line, Messier beating the wingers, cutting in front of that shot. Oh, save was made by Lindmark. Knocked down in front of the net by Messier, but he couldn't hold it again. Back at the defense. Had trouble handling it right along the line. The Swedes pick it up as Hawkinson. Turning around, coming back as Neslin. He shoots it in. And it's Peters at the side of the net. Bork is there. Bork starting out. To his own blue line to center ice. Bork still with it. He backhands it into the Swedish zone. Digging in after it is Gartner along the boards. The Swedes try to come out once again, and it rolls free to center ice. Robinson. He gets the return pass. Robinson out there with Coffey again around the boards. Thelin trying to keep it in. Now it's center ice. Here's Tonelli. Tonelli digging for the blue line, and he is stopped by Bo Eriksson, who just checked him on the play. Neslin then shoots it back into the Team Canada zone. Robinson's back there. It's cleared up along the boards for Tonelli. He feeds it back to the defense. Now the Swedes once again. Brodin trying to hit the line. Robinson with the pass to Tonelli. Tonelli making a move inside the blue line, and he is tied up by the defense. Good effort there. And it's cleared back out near the line. Now moving back after it is Telvin. Bossy picks it up, clears it in front. It's flipped in there, wide of the net. Bossy's got it again. Behind the net, trying to get it in front. Tonelli is upended. Sutter gets it out in front. Went right by Coffey and pinched in, and out come the Swedes very quickly on a 2-on-1. Sundstrom, the brothers, try to clear it in front. Robinson was right there. Now Anderson clearing it in deep. This is Peter Sundstrom along the boards, and the shot, the glove save is made by Peters. The biggest early save of the hockey game. No score. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
A fine stop by Pete Peters there on Thomas Eriksson. A shot from the point. Good play by Peter Sundstrom to get that puck out to Thomas Eriksson.
8:04 gone in the first period. Shots on goal now have gone Sweden's way. Change that. They have gone Canada's way. This is a Swedish home game, by the way. Their position ahead of Canada in the standings gets them that right in games 1 and 3, should it go that far. And against the boards now. And Stan pins it in there, or they got another face-off deep in the Team Canada zone. This program is broadcast under rights granted by Hockey Canada and the NHL Players Association. It's protected by copyright and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of this program without the express written permission of the CTV Television Network and TV Labatt is forbidden. Puck is in front of the net. Backhand shot by Nielsen, and the save again is made by Peters. Bourne on the far boards. Checked in against the boards there by Håkan Lube. Stastny, and it's finally hooked out to center ice once again. Thomas Eriksson back into his own zone for Elderbrink. Nielsen along the boards at his own blue line. Stan shooting it back into the Team Canada zone. Wilson dropping it back inside his zone. Stastny stopped by Stan. He's back over the line now. Nielsen can't reach that pass. Team Canada regroups with Huddy to Wilson. Wilson getting a lot more ice time than he got the other night against the Soviets as he was coming back from that knee problem he had. Elderbrink back deep in his own zone, clears it straight up ice. Nielsen pops past the blue line, gets the puck over the line, and then has forced back as the defense covered up. Bork got back on the play. Now Lube cutting to the side of the net. Bork's there with him in the corner. Back out to the blue line. That shot is blocked. Eriksson let that go. Lube shoots it rink wide. Here's a quick shot across in front of the net by Nielsen. Stan couldn't reach that. Bork against the boards. Bork. And he's Ball's on top of the puck, so we'll have a face-off in the Team Canada zone once again. So there's not the tempo we saw the other night early going as the Checkers have taken over, and you look at Thomas Steen. You may note a variance of pronunciation from what you hear in the North American broadcasts involving some of these players. Since it is Team Sweden, we thought we'd go down and make sure about pronunciations and how they would prefer to have their names said. And Thomas Steen is the correct way in Sweden. I think he's called Steen in Winnipeg. That's right. Here's Middleton. Håkan Loob. Nesland. Here's a chance for Middleton. Goulet's in the corner now. As turning with it is Thelin. He clears it out to center ice, and Bork's got it. Bork fading back near his own line. And Canada regrouping. Out they come once again. Kevin Lowe unable to get loose. Now it's over the line. Goulet's got the puck. Gretzky's with it. Hopped over his stick. Here's Middleton against the boards, trying to control it against Nesland. Middleton turning, cleared into the corner for Goulet. Gretzky along the boards, and he's roughed up against the boards there by Thelin, and it's out to center ice. Eklund can't contain it. Neither can Nesland. Back to the line, and Gretzky couldn't reach that. Lindmark comes way out of the net and covers up and holds for a face-off. And again, you note that would be a penalty in the National Hockey League for a delay of game, but in international rules, it's done commonly.
A lot of times you see the goalies in international teams come out behind the net, and they're not very good at handling the puck there because the rinks are bigger overseas. There's more area behind the net, and they don't come out as much over there. So when they get out of the net, they really don't know what to do with the puck. They're unfamiliar with that situation.
So the draw with Messier at center ice, taking it against Patrick Sundstrom. Gartner on the line with Anderson, and Messier taking the draw again. The Sundstrom twins, and also out there Gradin along the boards. Anderson jam away at it. They get another face-off inside the Swedish zone. No score yet. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Now Mark Messier will take the draw about 10 feet inside the blue line. He's been in a bit of controversy here. That's the elbow or high sticking or whatever, or Koven of the Soviet Union, which caused a lot of talk. Got Koven for 25 stitches. And of course, Leif Bork, the coach of Team Sweden, singled him out as well. But they've moved him to center ice, and he's been much more effective. He's got that ability, that tremendous skating ability to roam a little bit.
Well, this line has great speed with Gartner and Anderson on the wings.
Here's Robinson shooting it in. Bouncing puck. Poppy moved in, but he just couldn't control it. Now it's slipped into the corner again. There's Thelin. Out near the line. Knocked down is Sundstrom out there. Spun around on the play. There's going to be a holding penalty called, I believe, on Paul Poppy outside the blue line. And so Canada goes shorthanded once again.
Well, earlier in the series, in a few games, the Canadians took quite a few penalties, and they cost them. Here we two right off the bat here.
Well, you see it right at the blue line. Now Coffey will move into your picture, and he just put the clutch on him. That's what he did. 10:51, the time of the penalty. Coffey off for holding. Shots on goal right now, 4-3 favor Canada. Sutter takes the draw, wins it cleanly, back to Kevin Lowe. Lowe and Bork, the defensive pairing for the penalty-killing situation. Sutter and Tonelli. Tonelli's the one hustling right behind the net, and he nearly stole that puck away. There's Tonelli again. Has he been dominant? Out they come now. On there's Eldebrink. Eldebrink moving it through center ice, shoots it in. Bork will take it behind the net from Peters. Bork backhanding it, trying to get it to Tonelli. Couldn't, it didn't reach him. Bouncing puck, quick shot, short, they score on the rebound. And Sweden has gone ahead on a power play goal. Håkan Loob got his own rebound. He got behind the defense on that play. Here it comes. Follow the bouncing puck.
There it is. The rebound comes out. Pete's down, and Loob shoots it in. Earlier, though, Pete had the puck behind the net, and he gave it to Bork on his backhand, and Bork had nothing to do but try to shovel it out on his backhand, and he didn't get good run on the puck to get it out of there.
So outscored an unassisted goal to Lou. And Sweden leads 1-0. They've been playing it very cozily here. Over the line, Goulet unable to get loose. Now it's cleared ahead, Eklund. And over the line, Bork. Naslund moving in. Naslund around behind the net now. Bouncing puck, and he gets it up to the point for Eriksson. Eriksson back in for Naslund. Naslund trying to duck away from the checking of Goulet, and it's taken away against the boards by Bork. He shoots it behind the net. Low on the far side now, and it's flipped out to center ice. Knocked down out there by Thelin, and I don't know why that whistle went. In any case, we'll have a face-off in the center ice zone. Sweden leading 1-0. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. So the face-off in the center ice zone. I'm Ron Roosh along with Darryl Sittler at the Olympic Saddle Dome in Calgary. Game 1 of the Canada Cup final.
The Swedes playing a very conservative hockey game. They got lots of times 4 guys back along the blue line, standing the Canadian forwards up. They're not taking any chances in going in and forechecking.
Robinson's got it at center ice. He shoots it in. Here's Sutter moving in after that puck. Here's Bossy! And everybody fanned on it, including Bossy. Went right into the corner. Out come the Swedes again. Radin over the line now. He drops it off. Sundstrom trying to move it in front of the net. Takes a big hit there from Doug Wilson. Robinson ahead for Sutter. At center ice, Sutter. Backhanding it in now. Tonelli will move in after it as Lindmark clears it into the corner. They move it ahead for Gradin. Gradin at center ice now with Sundstrom. And it is whistled down. And again, we don't know why, but we'll have a net is off the moorings again down in the Team Canada zone. And Eddie Westfall's down below, down the corner in the Swedish end. Eddie?
Thank you, Ron. With me, Bob Cable, but not as an official with Labatt's, Bob, but as an ex-NHL player. Do you see something that Canada's not doing that they did the other night against the Soviet Union?
Well, Eddie, I think they're playing too much as individuals. I don't think that they're creating that same type of intensity that they did against the Soviet Union. I think they're going to have to start to dump it in and get the 2 men in a hurry. They're just going to have to pressure them in their own zone. They seem to be sitting back now, trying to make too many cute passes, and the Swedes are just waiting for them to make mistakes.
Thank you.
Good point. Puck is inside the line, and here comes Canada now with Anderson trying to scoot around the defense, but Eriksson's there on top and rolls out in front of the net, but Stan picks it up. Throws it out to center ice once again. Bork, we're out there with Lowe right now. Lowe gets the return pass off the board, shoots it in. Hustling it after it now. Messier out in front. Quick shot, he scores! Mike Gardner, beautifully set up by Mark Messier.
Well, that's where the speed comes in there. Messier beat the defenseman in the corner for the puck. Takes it on his back end and throws it right out to Mike Gardner.
Mike Gardner of the Washington Capitals. Here it comes.
There's Messier with his speed, having a little look. Threads the needle. Perfect play. Nice shot by Mike Gardner.
Well, he got in there alone. The defense got caught. I tell you, Gardner doesn't miss too many of those. So Mike Gardner picking up his 3rd goal of the Canada Cup and ties it up. It's a big goal. Very important at this stage with Canada seeming to have some problems with the checking. Here's Naslund going in. Wilson hooks it out over the blue line. Eriksson's got it out there. Backhands it right back into the Team Canada zone now. Middleton behind the net for Wilson. Wilson stopped up back there. Ahead now for Gretzky at center ice. Gretzky hooked away from him. Naslund doing the checking there. Now he's got it over the line. Here's his shot right on. The rebound comes right back out to Goulet. Naslund with that quickness. It's clear to center ice, and here's Middleton racing it after it. Now Middleton going in alone. He shoots. He scores!
What a great individual effort here by Middleton. He races for the puck, just flips it over the guy's stick, jumps over him, and fires it into the corner.
Did he shoot that one-handed?
I think he got both. Watch him flip it over the defenseman here. And he jumps over him at the same time. Beautiful.
And then he just hooked it downwards and into the net. Great effort. Good. Kept it right along the ice. I think Lindmark might have expected it to go high.
Rick Middleton, one-on-one situation. He's one of the best players in the National Hockey League. His nickname's Nifty, and that's why they call him Nifty, because he's tricky with the puck, tricky with his feet, a good goal scorer.
And Canada's trying to jump all over the Swedes. Now back in over the line comes Tonelli. Tonelli along with Bossy. Bossy moves in, picks it up, feeds it back near the point. But Sweden now coming back out with Anderson at center ice. Over the line, Sundstrom. Sundstrom, the shot wide of the net. Back near the line again. Canada trying to get out of their zone. Bossy through center ice. Bossy working it to the line. Bossy flipping it into the corner. Going in after it there along with Peter Anderson. And it's held there, and we'll have a face-off in the Swedish zone, and a little pushing and shoving involving Tonelli and Anderson. And Bradeen and Sutter. Well, I'm sure he feels a little better than he did about 2 minutes ago.
Well, anytime you're playing the Swedes, you feel a lot better when you have a lead, because if they get 2 or 3 goals up on you, they play an altogether different hockey game, and you can get up on them a little bit. Sometimes they're known not to have that intestinal fortitude to come back.
One of the things that Canada doesn't really do, and some of these Europeans really can do, and that is jump all over you quick. They get a goal, and quickly they come back with another one. Well, Canada just did that. The goals were 39 seconds apart. Gartner from Lowe and Messier at 12:52. Middleton unassisted at 13:31. So Gartner is out there now, along with Anderson, Messier, Coffey, and Robinson. And for Sweden, it's Steen taking the draw against Messier. Messier hustling after it in the corner. Steen on top of him now. It's cleared along the boards. Robinson keeping it in. Flips it right back along the glass. Eldebrink behind the net. Checked there by Gartner. Gartner, a loose puck. Kicked free by Anderson. Into the corner. And here's Nielsen. Kent Nielsen on his way to center ice with that puck. Now he drops it back. Eldebrink ducking away from a check from Anderson. He's through center ice now. Comes to the line. All down by Coffey. No penalty that time. Back at center ice. Håkan Loob. He swings back to his own blue line. Loob. And he finds no skating room out there under the forechecking of Gartner. They'll try once again. Center ice. Thomas Eriksson. It winds up back inside the zone. Loob falls. Gartner's right in there now. Eldebrink checks him as well. And it's flipped out to center ice. Nielsen, no icing on there. No offside on this. Nielsen, look at these stick handling moves. Here's a quick shot. And he's just wide with it. That's why they call him the Magic Man. Out at center ice. Cutting across ice is Coffey. Coffey swinging back through his own zone. Starting back up again on the left wing boards. Clears it ahead. It's backhanded in. Gretzky hustling after it, but it's called on the offside. Canada 2, Sweden 1. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Mats Thelin. He's going to be joining the Boston Bruins after this tournament is over. First European to ever play on that hockey club. They also own the rights to Mikhail Telvain. But in the case of Telvain, who's a pretty good hockey player, I kind of like him. I think he's caught your eye too, Darryl. He has got a year of military duty to do yet in Sweden and will not join them until next year.
We'll probably see him in the National Hockey League. And I wonder how long it's going to take him to get used to that small rink in Boston after playing on a big rink.
Perhaps a little easier for Telvain than for Thelin. Pulled in over the line, and we've got a penalty coming up here. It'll go against Bo Eriksson for interference. So Canada, for the first time in this hockey game, will get a power play opportunity.
Here's Bork shooting the puck in. Little trip there.
And a little bit of extra. 6.1. Well, put a little mustard on it, they say. So Bo Eriksson's in there for interference at 15:35. We'll have Eriksson out there killing off this penalty, along with Peter Sundstrom. Telvain is there as well. Canada on the power play. And they've got Gretzky, Middleton, but it's Sweden who control. And Sundstrom clearing it into the Team Canada zone. Peters is there behind the net for Ray Bork. He stops. He's out there with Doug Wilson. Bork starting out. Eases it out to center ice. Goulet gets it. Ahead to Gretzky, to Goulet. Goulet along the boards. Being checked by Sundstrom. It rolls to the side of the net. It's cleared right to Gretzky to the point for Bork. He fakes the shot. Backs up near the line. Turns. Fires it into the corner. Gretzky's there, but it's intercepted before it got to him by Sundstrom. Out in front of the net it comes. and it's cleared to center ice. This is a one-on-one. It is Peter Sundstrom over the line, and Bork made him stop. And Sundstrom just controlling it inside the line, and it's Middleton who comes back and hooks it free. Middleton is upended as he went around the net by Sundstrom. Bork behind the net for Wilson. Wilson as Tonelli's on the ice now. Tonelli moving up over the line. He got a man go down, and Tonelli winds up in the corner. Clears it back. Delvain was there. He was the one that went down, and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone, and Robinson will bring it out. Robinson at center ice now. Robinson over the line, and it's cleared away from him as the defense tightened up again. This time it was Stan. Coffey back for it. Coffey with Nielsen moving into forecheck. Coffey threw it to an open wing, and it's Peter Stastny. Stastny over for Coffey. Coffey. Stastny on the move through center. Puck is cleared around the boards. Bossy moving after it. Bossy around behind the net for Stastny. Stastny go with that puck. Looks for a man out in front. It was deflected, but Robinson's got it. Robinson over for Coffey. The shot, and it was blocked by Nielsen. Sprawling. There's another shot. Big save! Made by Peter Lindmark.
Nice save by Peter Lindmark here. Talking to Tom Watt earlier in the game, he was going to warn his defenseman that the Swedish forwards like to block all sorts of shots, to maybe fake a shot and go around them. There the Swedish forward blocked it. He was hurt a little bit on the play, couldn't get back up, and Bork picked up his own rebound, and Lindmark made a good save on him.
Well, Peter Lindmark was the all-star goaltender in 1981. Kent Nielsen on the bench, along with one of the Sundstrom twins. And the Montreal Canadiens put him on their negotiation list, but they didn't go after him. They dropped him finally, and so Lindmark, who has drawn a great deal of attention in this tournament and may find himself with a contract offer, is in fact a free agent.
Well, I'm sure he'd be interested in playing in the National Hockey League. 27 years of age, and he deserves it the way he's played here.
And the face-off in front of the net, and it is hooked by Eklund out to center ice. In his own zone, it's Huddy. 7 seconds remaining in the penalty now. Out comes Team Canada once again. Backhanded in by Huddy. After it, it's Bourne behind the net for Bossy. Bossy takes a hit back there. Now it's chopped behind the net again. And it's Bourne trying to get it out to Bossy. Bourne again. Along the boards. I don't know what I'm saying here. Coffey back in his own zone, and he's called on the icing, so we'll have a face-off back in the Swedish zone. Bourne again, all right. Messier will go out now along with Anderson and Gartner. As we look at the Team Canada bench, Mike Bossy sits down. Boy, he has been very big. 5 goals. He is here to score goals, and he has done it in this tournament, despite the problems he has had, and he has had these problems since the training camp for Team Canada. He's been playing on a tender knee all the way through.
Well, I asked him today, and he said he's not getting any swelling in the knee, and he just gets a lot of pain at times. He feels it's the bone rubbing against the bone, so you definitely have to be concerned with something like that. He knows he has the full season ahead of him.
Well, they kick the face-off men out. Messier goes in there to face off against Rodin. Back near the blue line now. Cleared in. Here's Anderson. Shot, gets his own rebound. Shoots it wide. Now around in net comes Patrick Sundstrom. Ahead, trying to get it to Peter, but it's kept in at the point by Lowe in the corner. Gradin. He's checked by Bork, who moves in deep. How quickly Canada pinches those defensemen. Now it is Gartner as Bork got back into position. Gartner pinched in, but it's cleared down the ice into the Team Canada zone. Cleared quickly up along the boards. And Canada has it. At center ice, it's Messier. Messier to the line along with Gartner. The bouncing puck comes to the area in front of the net. Anderson knocked it down, but it's called as it was batted ahead. And we'll have a face-off again, this time near the top rim of the circle in the Swedish zone. Well, there's Mike Gartner. Big scorer for the Washington Capitals. Best year was 48 goals in the 80-81 season. Last year he had 40 goals. An 85-point season. A good year for the Washington Capitals.
Well, Mike's a real class guy. He's a good two-way, honest hockey player.
It's not his first international experience. He was in the 1983 World Championships in Munich. The way Washington's going, he may not be one of those early eliminations as they used to be. He's a key part of that young hockey club. At center ice now. Back come the Swedes. Lube over the line. Lube trying to get by the defense, and it's checked away from him. Trying to get loose is Middleton. Robinson's got it behind the net. Giving chase back there is Stan. Less than a minute remaining in the period now. Canada leading 2-1. Canada. Robinson getting it from Coffey. He clears it out and down into the Swedish zone. Eldebrink will go back and touch it. Icing called. And the face-off again in the Team Canada end. Shots on goal, 8-6 Canada. And Canada holds a 2-1 lead on goals by Gartner and Middleton. And that was after Sweden had taken the 1-0 lead on a power play goal by Håkan Loob. Now, a superfan who has done a great job here in Calgary.
He sure has, hasn't he? There he goes again.
Here comes the wave again. They always say you want a celebration, organize it.
He's going to be a guest on between periods and intermission. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say.
And during our intermission, too, we'll have highlights of Thursday's game. The tremendous and terrific win that Canada had. Here's a shot that deflected wide of the net. Canada, of course, 3-2 in overtime over the Soviet Union. Still inside the blue line. Neslin trying to get it out, and it's poked out to center ice by Sutter. Sutter reaching for it, but the defense comes back and it's flipped right back in again. Peters comes out of the net, moving in on him as Lube. It's flipped along the boards. Trying again is Bork. There's a shot. Look at that save. A blast that came in, I believe, off Eklund's stick. Now at center ice, it's Eriksson. Back over the line for Lube. Lube, this line has been a good one for Sweden. Now it's Bossy, rink wide past Tonelli. Tonelli ducking over the line, shoots it into the corner. Back to get it for Sweden. It is Eklund. Around the boards, that'll do it as far as the period is concerned. A couple of big saves in the late going made by Pete Peters there.
Well, Pete looks good. That's what you need in a competition like this, a short series. You need that good goaltending, and Team Canada got a few breaks. And I'm sure they're glad to be ahead 2-1 going into the first period.
Well, a tentative first 10 minutes of this hockey game. Canada broke it loose with two quick goals, just 39 seconds apart by Gartner and Middleton. And it stands at Canada 2, Sweden 1 after one period of this first game of the Canada Cup final. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, there's a look at the first period, and Sweden took advantage of a penalty to Paul Coffey. And just 31 seconds after the penalty was called, Håkan Loob got his fifth goal of this Canada Cup, an unassisted goal. But then Canada came right back, and it didn't take them long either. Mike Gartner scoring from Lowe and Messier at 12:52, and 39 seconds after that, that great unassisted goal by Rick Middleton, his fourth of the tournament. Canada outshot Sweden 8-7. In the period, it's interesting to note that 4 of the 7 shots that Sweden had came from the line of Lube, Nielsen, and Stan. So they are the offense for Sweden. I'm Ron Roche along with Darryl Sittler here at the Olympic Saddle Dome in Calgary as we look at low-level view behind goaltender Peter Lindmark. Goaltending has been good in this first period, but it was a close checking period, Darryl. Not a lot of action in that first period.
No, we're looking maybe for teams to open it up a little bit in this second period.
Sweden trailing by a goal, but they'll try and play it cozy. They don't want to let Canada jump in front too much and get it out of sight. Sweden in their zone now. Sedin out to center ice now. Sundstrom tries to get it over the line. It's controlled in there. Now Coffey. Coffey getting it from Tonelli. Flip back out to center ice. Sweden again. Moving up with the puck is Peter Anderson. Shoots it in. And Robinson in the corner on the far side with Sundstrom. Peter Sundstrom on top of him to Coffey. Coffey out near the blue line. And it is Team Canada once again ahead. Over the line they come now. Sutter getting it to Tonelli. And he puts it in there, but it was wide of the net. Eriksson was right on top of Tonelli. Out come the Swedes again. They can quickly go on offense, and through center ice they come. Over the line, it's Eklund. Eklund in deep now. Eklund out on the ice with Neslin and Hawkinson in the corner. Now Goulet picking it up near the boards. Neslin trying to clear it in front. Now Neslin doing some work along the boards, but it is Middleton. Rink wide pass. Back is low. Canada with Middleton at the line, but it goes off his stick, and Eklund's got it. Gretzky's out on the ice right now. Middleton moves up as well, but Neslin chops it back into the Team Canada zone. Here's a quick shot, just wide of the net. As moving in quickly after it was Thomas Sundstrom. Against the boards again, near the line. Neslin again, stick handling through the traffic, looking in front of the net, trying to get the shot away, and it rode up on the stick of Lowe. He controls it, takes it behind the net. Now off the stick of Middleton, out to center ice once again. Eriksson back in over the line. Neslin takes the hit from Lowe. The loose puck picked up behind the net by Bork, ahead for Gretzky. It's chopped away from him by Anders Eldebrink. Back in his own zone and moving through center ice. Back over the line comes Gretzky with Goulet, and he couldn't get the pass to him. Sandstrom's back there to get it again. Sandstrom. Rink wide, Eldebrink. Eldebrink forced back, and Canada makes a change. Inside the line, it's Stan out at center ice. Stan to the line in Canada territory now. Feeds it through, and they double team the attacking forward there as Sundstrom tried to move in. Back out to Messier. Wilson on the move up on the left wing boards. Wilson dropping it back. Messier flipped it around behind the net. Now Messier in the corner. And it rolls free, and here comes Kent Nielsen at center ice. Nielsen to the line. Nielsen working behind the net. Wilson on top of him now. Winds up in the corner. Gartner coming out now. Gartner along with Coffey. Coffey moving to Gartner. Gartner with the fake shot. Winds up in the corner. Chase back there. Double team, but the loose puck comes to Anderson. Anderson tried to get it out into the slot, but Coffey was in too deep, and out come the Swedes once again with Nielsen. Nielsen shot. He's wide of the net with it. Out comes Gartner at center ice, catching up to that puck. He gives it to Anderson. Anderson to Gartner. His shot. It's chopped wide of the net. Sweden around the boards. Nielsen couldn't reach that. There'll be an icing call here as Lowe comes out. Now they wave. Do they wave it off? Yes, they do. Lowe at center ice now. Tonelli. Tonelli can't get the return pass from Bossy. Now Tonelli gets it. Tonelli over the line. Into the corner it goes. Back forward is Anderson for Sweden, but it's cleared to the point. Bork has it. Bork around the net. Upended at the side of the net was Bossy as he went after that puck. And it comes to center ice where Sutter's got it. Sutter to Tonelli. He couldn't reach it. It took a bad hop off the boards. Now, Kalin in his own zone. Tonelli's there. Tonelli back out to the point for Bork. Bork shooting it behind the net, but it's past Bossy. Moving it after that puck along the boards is Lowe. He's being checked in there by Sundstrom. And it winds up back at center ice once again. Bradeen over the line. Bradeen being chased by Bork. They haul him down. Puck winds up behind the net. No penalty on the play. The puck is underneath a player lying on the ice behind the net. We'll have a face-off in the Team Canada zone. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Face-off will be in the Team Canada zone. And there you see the score. Canada leading Sweden. We haven't had a shot on goal through the first 4 minutes and 7 seconds. But here's Eriksson winding up his shot, and that's right on. There's the first shot of the period. Now trying to dig it out is Eklund. Back into the corner it goes. After it there is for Sweden is Sundstrom. Trying to get out. Sundstrom this time out through center ice, but Gretzky couldn't get that pass. Sundstrom is back. Feeds it back into his own zone. One spelt with an A, the other with a U. Sundstrom, we've got two of them, and a Sundstrom. Goulet back out at center ice now. For Sweden, it's Eklund over the line. Quick shot. That's right on. And Peters with some traffic in front, including Sundstrom there. He holds it for the face-off.
Well, there's Pierre-Eric Eklund. He's going to be in Philadelphia in maybe another year or so. He's from Coach Bork. He says that this fellow is the best player in Sweden to date, and he's just a young guy, 21. They want to bring him along slowly, and he's looking at a National Hockey League career ahead of him.
Well, he's got a tremendous speed. That's the first thing you notice about him. He assisted on both of the goals that were scored against Canada in the Olympics. And the 2-0 victory that knocked Canada out of medal contention on that very early game on a Sunday morning. And Canada, then much of Canada got up for the eastern part of the country. I think it was about 4 in the morning when that game started. Staying out there now. There you see him. Goulet and Peters. Peters has been given an assist on the Middleton goal. That was cleared up ice. It went off a leg through center ice and allowed Middleton to get the breakaway. So they've given Goulet and Peters assists on that goal at 13:31. That's the go-ahead goal in this game right now. Here's a shot, but they didn't take the face-off fairly. Do it all over again. Lube knocked off balance, gave Glenn Anderson a second look. Håkan Lube of the Calgary Flames, the 9th round pick in 1980. Boy, you're not going to find many hockey players of his caliber in the 9th round.
He's a real favorite here with the Calgary fans, too. They get that Lou going, and had a great year of 30 goals last year.
Little guy who's hard to check. Low. Out at center ice, that lead pass, and it's chopped in. Hustling after it is Gardner. Gardner, Messier in the corner. Messier looking for that man, picks a move. One hands the puck, tries to get it in front. Behind the net now for Gardner, but he couldn't reach it. But Bork's in there now. Bork. Behind the net again for Gardner. Cleared around the boards. Lowe is there. Lowe behind the net again. Gardner checking in there deep. That is cleared free, but here's Anderson. Anderson back to Lowe. Lowe at the point. Moves it in down. It's off Messier's stick. Lube turning with it inside the zone. Works his way to the line. Can't get any further. Now bringing it to center ice is Kent Nielsen. Nielsen to the line. And he fades back at the point. Then feeds it through, and Lube took a hit as he got that pass. And it winds up with Team Canada shooting it to center ice. Now clearing it back over the line is Peter Anderson. Low. Canada on the move as Messier gets that pass at center ice. Cleared in over the line. Back there to get it is Sylvain. He clears it back to the Team Canada line. Bork. Bork gets his own pass there out at center ice. He falls. Puck is kicked in over the line. Gardner hooks it free and shoots it right back out to center ice. And Sweden will take over just inside their zone. Peter Anderson on the wing. At center ice, Sundstrom. This is Peter Sundstrom. Over the line, Sylvain. He's checked at the point. Peter Sundstrom shooting it in. It's offside at the line. And we'll have a face-off just outside the Team Canada blue line. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, a face-off outside the blue line. Peter Stastny along with Bourne and Bellows. The Sundstrom twins and Brodin for Sweden. Sylvain and Peter Anderson. Here's Anderson shooting it in. That's gloved by Peters. He leaves it at the side of the net. Peters has had a couple of shots to handle in this period, but basically they've been from a long way out. Here's Bourne getting the pass from Bellows. Bourne shooting it around the boards now. Bellows against the boards on the far side is chopped free, but out comes Sweden again with Patrick Sundstrom leading the rush. Sundstrom coming through center, gets it to Sylvain, back to Sundstrom. Sundstrom backhanding it over to his twin brother. Patrick on the far side. Wilson checks him up against the boards. Brodin moves in after it, makes a move on Stastny. Gets it again, takes a hit there from Coffey, and it comes out to Bellows. Bellows ahead for Stastny now. Stastny. He's checked from behind by Anderson. Back to the Team Canada line. Coffey flips it ahead. Hustling after it is Bourne, but Lindmark sticks out of the net. But he gives it away right into the corner. There, now Canada with Bourne in there. Also Bellows. Bellows can't stick handle his way past the defense. And it's Tallene shooting it down the ice. Low in his own zone. Forechecking his Neslin. It's cleared around the boards. Bourne a hit now. Comes Tonelli. His shot on the backhand. After that puck is Bossy to Low to Bork. A shot, and it went up high and off the helmet of Tallene. He kind of went to his knees in front of that net. Here's Sundstrom with a shot, and he's wide with it. Sutter at center ice, trying to get it ahead for Bossy. Tallene is back in the play. I tell you, he'll be thanking the inventor of the helmet. That one rattled him for a moment, and he went down, but he's back in the play again, and now he's headed for the bench. Now it's Bork. Keeping his own zone. Low at center ice. Ahead for Tonelli. Tonelli rolling it in there. Bossy's after that puck. It's cleared away. Naslund just lets it go. It hit the linesman at the point. But here comes Sweden now. Back over the line. It's Eklund. Eklund forced off the puck. Coffey moves after the puck. Here's Larry Robinson. Robinson out at center ice. There's Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom. Break wide pass. Naslund. He's checked by Bossy. At center ice again. Eriksson. Eriksson flipping it back into the Team Canada zone. Coffey shoots it through center ice again. And it's Eriksson again. Back into over the line. Here's Neslin trying to move through some traffic. Stops up against the boards as Coffey checks him. Gets the puck again. He's very shifty, Neslin. Rolls it right onto the stick of Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky at center ice. Goulet moving ahead. Gretzky comes over the line. Gretzky takes the shot. Gets some room and takes the shot on the short side. Lindmark stood right in there. Now here comes Nilsson for Sweden, but it's hooked away from him. By Middleton to Goulet, who clears it in. Lindmark out of the net, rolls in front of the net by everybody. Here's Gretzky. It's deflected in there by Goulet. Rolls in front again. Goulet with a great chance on that deflection, and it just hit Lindmark as he was desperately scrambling back into the goal mound. Now Robinson. Robinson, Gretzky. Gretzky had to go off his skates. Robinson moves up on the puck and carries it to the line, gets it to Gretzky. Gretzky circling right at the point. Gretzky, those great moves of his, moves in, tries to force it through to Robinson. The Swedes break out on a 2-on-1. The lead pass for Nielsen. His shot, and Peter steers that behind the net. Now in against the boards. Messier being checked there as Eldenbrink moves in. The puck is underneath him and is held by Eldenbrink for a face-off in the Team Canada zone. Best action of the hockey game so far.
It seems to me the Swedes are just playing a very conservative game. They're shooting, dumping the puck out, and really not trying to forecheck too much.
A reminder, there's game 2 of this series from the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton. Team Canada will be leaving right after this game for Edmonton. 7:30 Eastern Time. Low. Bork shooting it in. Lindmark out of the net. Against the boards, it's Gradin. He shoots it to center ice, and it's hooked free. Now up goes Sundstrom. Sundstrom's over the line, and the other Sundstrom tries to feed it back to his brother Peter, and it just failed to work as the defense bottled up the play in front of the net. Out comes Gartner now. Gartner with Anderson. Anderson ahead over the line, but it's intercepted by Telvain. Telvain around behind his net, and he starts out now on the left wing boards. Telvain with Gartner right on top of him, gets the pass away to Grodin. Sundstrom to Patrick Sundstrom. Back into the slot, that's intercepted by Gartner to Anderson. Anderson coming out to center ice. Anderson over the line, dropped off. Here's the shot. It's wide of the net. Gardner wide with that one. Here's another shot over the top of the net taken by Coffey. The Swedes at center ice is chopped free as Gardner came back, and here's Coffey. Coffey at his line, back to Robinson. Robinson straight up ice, that lead pass that he's famous for, but couldn't find anybody. Sutter goes against the boards. Sutter checked there. Robinson circles inside his line, comes to center ice. Shot over the line. Canada with Bossy on the far boards. Bossy just looking for some room, gets it in front of Coffey on the backhand. Right on. Coffey. Dangerous moving in from that point. And icing is called. Robinson back to touch it. Great opportunity. Coffey saved by Lindmark. Canada 2, Sweden 1. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Hector Verhoeven, you're here from Tillsonburg, Ontario, and as a funeral director, is there any significance with you being out here?
Well, I wanted to get away from my profession, and I thought this would be just a great opportunity to come and see the game I love so much.
I understand you've got a wedding anniversary coming up also.
Yes, we're going to be celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary in the next few days.
That'll probably be up in Edmonton.
We're hoping that we'll enjoy ourselves there. Yep.
Good luck, Hector, and thank you for coming by.
Thanks, and say hello to the people in Tillsonburg and Langton.
I obviously will do that.
Thank you.
I think it's been done, Eddie. Coffey inside the line. It's cleared out to center ice, and it's Gradin kicking it loose. Great effort as he goes over the line. He was harassed all the way down the ice by Peter Stastny. It's cleared back into the Swedish zone. Back for it there is Bo Eriksson. Eriksson with Bellows on top of him. Clears it to the blue line to center ice. Moving up now, it's Sundstrom. Sundstrom has stopped. Coffey along the board stands there as well. It's cleared to center ice. So they got Gradin out there on a second line. Past Neslin now. Robinson picking it up. Leads it back into his own zone. Paul Coffey. Coffey, that pass is intercepted by Eriksson. He gets it ahead. Sundstrom is over the line. Clears it in front. Neslin, quick shot. And he's just wide on the short side. Bourne at center ice. Bourne, Stastny moving ahead. And he fires it into the corner. Picking it up at the side of his net is Lindmark. Around the boards for Sundstrom. At center ice for Lowe. Lowe back in the far side where Bork clears it around the boards. Gretzky lets it go. Lowe's got it. Lowe behind the net for Gretzky. Gretzky out in front. The quick shot in the crowd. Bouncing back. They score. Gretzky, the key to that was the way Gretzky played it in his skates behind the net.
Well, that's where Wayne's so effective in behind the net, getting that pass out to Goulet. Goulet has been having a tough time scoring. Last game he had 10 shots on goal. He gets the first shot away, it's blocked. He's there to pick up his rebound again. There's Middleton right in front of the net, interfering a little bit with the goalie and the defenseman.
Well, there it is, and Michel Goulet picks up his 4th goal of the Canada Cup. Yet Gretzky will draw an assist on that. Goal coming at the 12:28 mark. 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 So Canada with a 3-1 lead now. And Lube deep in his zone for Thomas Eriksson. He clears it down the ice. Peters clearing it up along the boards for Middleton. It hops over his stick, but here's Gretzky again, but Gretzky had it roll ahead of him. And so Eriksson just clears it off the boards. Stan trying to get over the line, and he took a double bump there, and it's back out of center ice. Here's Gretzky now hustling down over the line, one-on-one against Eldebrink. He's knocked down, gets the puck back for Wilson, back to Bourque, and Bourque couldn't get that pass. As again, the back checkers got back in the play. Now behind the net, here's Goulet. Back out for Bourque. Bourque shot, and it just lifted wide with Middleton cruising around in front of that net. Lube, rink-wide pass. Canada's picked it up now. Eldebrink backhanding it out to center ice. Håkan Lube down to the line, fakes the shot, tries to stick handle through, gets it again. Lube ducks past the check. It's finally knocked down and comes to Bourque as Anderson stripped him of the puck. Bourque at center ice for Gartner. Rolled ahead of him. Eriksson shoots it right back in again. And it's Wilson, but it's cleared by Peters out to center ice. There's Peter Anderson shooting it right back in again, and Peters backhanding it along the boards. Back out near the point now. Here's Eriksson. The shot, bad save, and it's a good save there by Peters. And it's Anderson shooting it down the ice. Eriksson will go back for it. Messier's there as well. No icing on the play as Gartner's in against the boards. Trying to dig it out is Patrick Sundstrom. Out they come now. Mikhail Telvain to the line. Telvain trying to get it through to Peter Sundstrom. That was stopped by Peters. Gartner just chopping it out to center ice. He was held up as he tried to go after that puck. Telvain came across, cleared it along the boards, but it's intercepted and cleared back in by Charlie Huddy. At the side of his own net, number 5 is Mikhail Telvain. At the point, Canada making a change. They get the whistle deep inside the Swedish zone. 3-1, Canada leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Peter Stastny out there along with Bourne and Bellows and Coffey and Robinson. Well, face off deep in the Swedish zone. Stan is going to take the draw against Stastny. Faced each other a few times in the National Hockey League season. One with Quebec, the other with Winnipeg. Bourne reaches for it inside the line. Stastny is getting much more ice time than he got the other night. He's had his problems adapting to what Glenn Sather wanted here in this camp. Playing a little better tonight. Stan backhanding it in. Peters. Coffey ahead. Bellows just deflecting it out to center ice, and he was met just as he hit the line by Bo Eriksson. Bellows again. Neslin moving in on him. Bellows cuts past him and shot it into the Swedish zone. Down the board. Selin back near the point for Neslin. Neslin the rink-wide pass at center ice. It's Sandstrom. Sandstrom shot. Good low shot saved by Peters. In the corner. Out it comes. Another shot. Off the chest protector of Peters. Now comes Canada. With Peters, Stastny leading the way. Stastny to the line. Drops it off. Bellows. And his shot is off a leg. Eldebrink behind his own net. Eldebrink will lead the rush himself. Eldebrink still with that one as Sweden makes changes. Huddy behind his net, but he leaves it there. Pinelli. Wilson ducking away from Håkan Lube. Wilson good work behind the net as he now is free of Lube and will start out. Wilson. Huddy, Pinelli to the line, fights his way through, puck carries on. Pinelli is held up by Eldebrink. It's kicked free, still inside there, back to the blue line for Huddy. There's the shot, rebound, loose puck in front. They bang away, it's back to the blue line. Huddy didn't see it, now has to collect it out at center ice and give it to Wilson. And we're going to have both Pinelli and Eldebrink getting the gate. Referee Yuri Karandin. So each team will play a man short. Canada 3, Sweden 1. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Part of Team Canada's game plan was to put a guy in front of the net to try to disturb the goalie Lindmark, and Tonelli was in front. Eldebrink trying to clear him out. Tonelli's got a hold of his stick there, and they jostle a little bit. The ref's right there, and he calls him.
Well, he called it a little tight there. I guess he just didn't want to see any more happen. However you're going to do it, toss them both. So, a little skating room out there right now. Bossy along with Sutter. Huddy and Wilson for Canada. for Sweden. It is Peter Sundstrom, Peter Anderson out there. Actually, the Sundstrom twins are out there. And Telvane. Moving after that is Sutter inside the zone to Bossy. Bossy trying to cut in front of the net. He was tied up from behind by Patrick Sundstrom. Still after that puck behind the net. And cutting through the traffic now. Bossy again. But he's checked up against the boards. That was Peter Sundstrom, number 18. Telvane, but he loses it to Bossy again. Bossy having a good shift here. Bossy tied up against the boards. Bossy battling along with Telvane against the boards. He's still fighting for it. Lindmark finally had to come out and get it. Oh, close quarters. Good effort there by Bossy, and he heads for the bench. Over the line, Sundstrom. Sundstrom knocked to the ice by Wilson. Good hard check. Huddy ahead for Middleton. Middleton had to go off his skates out to center ice. Peter Anderson back in for Nielsen in his own zone with Gretzky right on top of him, and Nielsen goes down under that checking. And it's Peter Sundstrom. Sundstrom behind his net. Gretzky, as he tried to direct some traffic back there, Gretzky moved in on him. Now Nielsen will try. Out at center ice now. This is Peter Sundstrom. Sundstrom going to his backhand. Check from behind by Kevin Lowe. Good effort. Rolls in front of the net. And Nielsen wasn't in deep enough. Now the bouncing puck comes. And we've got a 2-on break. Gretzky. Gretzky going in. Gets set. He shoots, and the save is made by Lindmark. Bouncing puck at side of the net. Here's Nielsen. Nielsen coming out. Nielsen at center ice. And he's forced back. Still at center ice. Neslin. He tried to go over the line, but right on top of him was Ray Bourque. Now Neslin, as Sweden completes its change. Neslin over the line. And the puck is kicked free. Low against the boards for Messier. Messier drops it behind the net. Penalties have expired now, and Bourque. Bourque at center ice. Ahead, he's got to go all alone, and a two-line pass. He was offside on the play. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV.
Great opportunity for Wayne Gretzky, all alone on the breakaway. Tries to make a little deke, throw it between Lindmark's legs. Hit his pad. Big save for Lindmark at this point of the hockey game.
Face off at center ice. Nicklin clearing it in. Coffey behind his own net now. Coffey ahead for Anderson at center ice. It goes off his stick. Stepping up after that puck is Tillene. Clears it back in with players trapped inside the blue line. It's called on the offside. Well, this game has not really had a great deal of open ice for the players to play in. They've been very, very tight. You look there at Pete Peters. I'll tell you something. Pete has played a pretty good hockey game. He has both goaltenders really, but Pete has made some very important stops in this game.
Well, the Swedes seem to be playing a cat and mouse game. They're waiting for Canada to make a few mistakes, maybe grab a 2-on-1 and get a scoring opportunity. And when they've done that, Pete's come up with a big save at the right time.
Now out at center ice, it's Gardner. Gardner with Anderson picking it up now. Anderson over the line. Here's his shot. That's blocked at the defense by Tillene. Now Tillene behind the net. Tillene starting out for Sweden. He's number 2 for Sweden as he works his way to center ice. Tillene flipping it in. He'll hustle after it himself, but Peters coming out of the crease to stop further play. Holds it for a face-off. Now Peters, who plays for the Boston Bruins, has given Team Canada the goaltending on the last 2 games. The one thing that I felt going into this game, Darryl, I don't know whether you agree with me or not, is the first 10 minutes of the game they needed perhaps a couple of big stops just to let Canada get its legs going, get going again. I think they gave it to them, and from that point on, although Canada was down 1-0, it could have been a little worse than that.
Well, I agree with you on that. After coming off the emotional high of the Soviet game and right back into 2 days later, they might have been a little flat. And he made the big saves to get them underway, and they're playing better now.
Well, they're also playing with a lead, and that makes it so much easier. Here's a steal right inside the zone, and Loeb, who's always dangerous, got the shot on Peters. He gets a hand for the crowd here as he makes the save.
Pete was alert there to see the giveaway, and he comes right out and challenges him. Doesn't give him any time to get open net to shoot at. Cut down the angle on Loeb.
That went off the heel of Bossy's skate as Bourque was trying to clear it up ice. Now here's Lowe. Behind his net, just stops there. Lowe to Bourque. Bourque ahead to Nelly. Nelly, Nielsen. Stopped there by Tonelli again. Low at center ice for Sutter. Sutter, again, no room. Look at the way Lube is all over his man, the checking roll. Now look, cleared in deep. Sutter going in after that. Also is Tonelli back out to Low. Low shooting it in. That just drifted over the top corner, and it's Kent Nielsen against the boards. Nielsen finding some open ice if he can, but he can't as he's checked by Tonelli. Cleared out to center ice and into the Team Canada bench, and we'll have a face-off in the Swedish zone.
When you're in this type of game as a player, you can become awful frustrated because you're looking to make that pass. The pass isn't there. There's guys standing up in the blue line. The only alternative is to shoot it in. And when things aren't going right like that, you don't get your momentum going. You become frustrated. And fortunately for Team Canada, they did get a couple goals and they are ahead, but it's not an easy game to play in.
Tonelli not only the player of the game against Czechoslovakia, but also the player of the game in the Thursday night game against the Soviet Union. So he's earned that honor twice. 11 seconds remaining in the second period. Gretzky from the face-off. Goulet back to Coffey now. He gets set. Here it is. The shot's right on. The save by Lindmark. And he covers up with 5 seconds remaining. So they worked that perfectly with a face-off late in the period in the Swedish zone.
And again, a Canadian player going to the net, going to the crease, trying to throw the goalie off a little bit. That's one of the strong points in our North American game. There's a lot of goals scored around scrambles in our game.
Nicely set up. It was one of those types of plays, kind of textbook. Get it to the point. Now he moves to open ice at the center.
And Gretzky's heading to the net.
Looking for that rebound. And that's the way they beat the Soviets, I think, is the play in front of the net, the scrambles and so on. Look for that loose puck. Bardeen cutting through the face-off circle. Gretzky taking the draw against Patrick Sundstrom. Behind the net. Cleared into the corner now, and this will just about do the period as the horn goes. Second period looked very much like the first one, except, of course, Canada scored another goal to take a 3-1 lead. But it's close. Sweden, you can see their game plan, give them no room. Try and just keep it close and see what they can do in the final period.
Well, that's what they've been trying to do, and maybe pounce on a Canadian mistake on a 2-on-1 or whatever, but they're going to have to open it up maybe a little bit in the third period, down 3-1.
Well, we began to see signs of that, of course, as the period wound down. There were a couple of periods there where we got a little end-to-end type action. It could have been a closer hockey game. I think Pete Peters is playing very well for Canada.
Well, he's a big goalie, and he stands up and he challenges the shooter, and he made the good saves at the right time. They didn't have a whole lot of good chances, but when they did, Pete was there to stop.
And it's, as we see, goaltender, at least Coach Leif Bork, looking, I think, at a lineup and in a conversation with somebody down near the boards. He's not in a hurry to get to the dressing room to talk to his players. But I think that it's clear that the most dangerous man on the ice for Sweden in this game is Håkan Lube, who has got their goal and has missed on about 3-4 chances.
Well, that line in general has been the most effective line for Sweden with Nielsen and Stan, but the players really respect this guy, Bork. He's a good coach. They say that he's got a good way of delivering the message to get the most out of players, and they really speak highly of him.
All right, well, the shots on goal in the second period, Sweden 10, Canada 9. It's 17 apiece through 2 periods now, and there you see the score. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, just the 1 goal in the second period. Michel Goulet with his 4th of the tournament. Gretzky and Lowe assisted on that one. That goes with goals by Middleton and Gartner in the first period. Canada scored 3 straight after Sweden had got on the board on that power play effort by Håkan Lube. Shots on goal, Sweden had the edge, 10-9 in that second period. But not a lot of really good scoring opportunities. And so now Sweden, trailing by 2 in the third period, are going to have to open it up a little bit. We'll see what happens as Larry Robinson clears it through center ice. Tonelli going back after it in the Swedish zone. Now Bossy's in there as well. Clears it right to the side of the net, and Lindmark had to be very alert. Out at center ice it comes again. Robinson in his own zone. A rink-wide pass for Coffey. Rink-wide again for Bossy. Moving to the front of the net is Sutter. Pass was behind him. Now on the boards, clearing it to center ice for Sweden is Patrick Sundstrom. Robinson back to get it along the board. Sundstrom, this is Peter in over the line. The shot, the save, the rebound, and it's cleared away by the defense. Now another shot. That's Neslin. Shot it wide. Now after it along the boards, Tonelli, Bossy at center ice. It's cleared in. Eldebrink, and he touches it, and it's called on the icing, and a face-off again in the Team Canada zone.
Well, the Swedes, they have 8 defensemen dressed for this game. They have a few injuries. Gustafsson, who's a great offensive player, plays with Washington, is hurt. He's got a hamstring injury, and Klesen, their left winger, he's also out. So 8 defensemen and 10 forwards. Their forwards are seeing a lot of ice time.
And Canada with Gretzky out there now. Stan taking the draw from the face-off. The shot steered into the corner again by Peters. Peters been very, very sharp. Sundstrom along the boards, backing away from the checking there of Bork. Back to the line. That's the glove save by Peters. He holds on, and we'll have another face-off with 3 Swedes gathered around the goal mouth area. 3-1. Canada leads. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. So the face-off in the Team Canada zone. Almost Stan against Gretzky. And from the face-off as the puck is shot wide out along the boards now. Gretzky to Middleton. Middleton over the line. Gretzky racing after that puck in the corner now. Goulet's in front. Rolls to the front of the net. The shot by Middleton. He fanned on that. Now out along the boards. Sundstrom at center ice. Catching up on the play is Håkan Lube. He tried to drop it to Lube. Lube had skated by him. Now it's golfed in. All right, Stan. Bork at the side of his net. Middleton, rink wide. Goulet on the far side. Kicks it up onto his stick. Moves it in now. Shoots it into the corner. Gretzky's in there. Gretzky on the boards. Is it taken away from him? Sundstrom after it again. Coffey takes it away from him at center ice. Clears it ahead. Gretzky couldn't get that. Let it roll right into the goal mouth, and Lindmark nearly mishandled that puck. Now Sweden again at center ice. Wilson moving cross ice. Wilson back inside his own zone. Coffey on this side. Coffey. Wilson back to Coffey. Canada making a change. Anderson gets the puck at center ice and shoots it in. Gardner going in. It comes back to Coffey. Coffey feeds it in deep. Out in front. There's the shot. As Goulet cut in front. Now Gradin. Ahead. Eklund trying to duck around Coffey, and he's hauled down on the play. No penalty there. Now it's Messier. Back to Wilson. Wilson behind the net. Canada leading by 2 here in the third period. We played 2:33 in the third. Gradin checked by Messier. Messier back inside the line now. Coffey ahead for Wilson, who deflected it out to center ice. Telvain at the line, checked by Messier right at the blue line. It's flipped ahead by Håkansson, who is making one of his rare appearances in this hockey game. And with the offside at the blue line, we'll have a face-off. This is the Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Peter Stastny out there now, along with Brian Bellows and Bob Bourne on the face-off. Shot in by Ray Bork. Lowe's the other defenseman. Back to Lowe it comes. Lowe shooting it into a crowd behind the net. On this side, Neslin at center ice. He follows that puck out. Gets it again, but lost it in his skates, and Bourne is back for it. Bourne up along the left wing boards now. Bourne drops it back. Stastny right on with a shot. Bouncing puck in front. Bellows had a chance and hopped over his stick. Bourne just sliding it out to center ice. Low. Later Stastny. Stastny ahead. Deflected in over the line now. Here comes Bourne going for the net. And he's hauled down from behind by Peter Anderson. Neslin in the corner. Ahead at center ice. Sundstrom. Both of them over the line. Number 17 is Patrick in the corner. Lowe goes down under some checking. Along the board for Bourne. Bourne takes a hit against the boards from Peter Sundstrom. And he goes down with the puck underneath him. Face off in the Team Canada zone once again. As you look at Kevin Lowe from Lachute, Quebec. That's Bourne, not Lowe. Lowe came to the bench just ahead of him.
Because he was quite a baseball player when he was a kid. He chose hockey over baseball, but he did have a tryout for a major league team. And I think he's happy with his choice.
Saskatchewan. They produced some ball players out in that area. Terry Poole, most notably, the Houston Astros. Staying out there right now, along with Nielsen and Lube. And Sutter taking the draw. Chopped into the corner. Coffey there. Coffey looking around for Bossy. Bossy tried to take it free, and Nielsen's got it. Held the brink. There's the shot wide of the net. There's Coffey once again. Nothing played well tonight. Ahead, Bossy at center ice. Now a rink-wide pass. Cleared in by Tonelli. Moving in is Sutter as well. And Sweden with Eldebrink. Eldebrink. Straight up ice at center ice. It's off the stick of Nielsen. Now Loop moves after it. Back to Nielsen. Nielsen just relayed rink wide now. Stepping around the defense. They get set in front of the net. The shot is wide. And Peters made the save and then was pushed back into his own net. Robinson is there. And he's trying to work it along the boards now. Gets it out to the point. Here's Eriksson. Eriksson shooting it in over top of the net once again. Eriksson around the boards, behind the net now. Robinson out in front. Quick shot over top of the net. There's Lube again. He's been dangerous all night long. Out comes Sutter as Lube heads for the bench. Sutter shooting it in. Canada will make a change. In against the boards, Bossy. On the boards, Goulet pokes it free. Eriksson over on the other side. Thomas Eriksson. There are two of them playing as a defensive pair right now. They spell their names differently. Ahead, Eriksson to Eriksson. Now over the line. For Sweden, it's Eklund. Eklund trying to force it through there for Gradin. It failed to work. It lies loose inside the zone. Sweden starting to put a little pressure on Eriksson, but he fanned on it. Out comes Goulet. Goulet, Gretzky, back to Goulet. They're on the move now as Bourne gets the lead pass. The shot! And a rebound. They score! Michel Goulet. His second goal of the night. And his fifth of the tournament.
Way down at the other end at the blue line, Gretzky pulls a little hook on the defenseman to cause a 2-on-1. Here's the shot by Bourque, wide, bounces right on to Goulet's stick, and it's in the net. Gretzky made a good move back at the blue line, holding the defenseman to cause the 2-on-1 for the Canadian team.
5:35. Bourque and Gretzky draw the assists. Well, they had to start going in for Goulet. He had 10 shots on goal the other night. They failed to get a goal against the Soviets.
Well, he told me he needs 12 shots to get a goal, so there's the other two. He's got 2 goals tonight.
Sundstrom shooting it in. It's 4-1 Canada now. Middleton against the boards, and now Sweden will have to open it up. Sundstrom digging it loose, and it's popped out to center ice, and here comes Gretzky now. Gretzky over the line. Gretzky getting set, fakes the shot, sets up, now feeds it back, and Bourque couldn't reach that pass. Neslin getting free at center ice. He hits the line along with Wilson. Wilson back, checking on him, and clears it in front. Sundstrom shot that's blocked at the defense's Bourque. Sprawled in front. Now out comes Gretzky again. It's opening up now. Gretzky ahead for Gartner. He cuts for the net, shoots it in there. It's lying loose in front of the net. Now Anderson behind the net for Gretzky. Gretzky out to Anderson. He's alone in front. The puck is loose there. Gretzky reaching for it. And Sweden comes away. At center ice, Sundstrom, the rink-wide pass. Naslund goes in. Checked by Wilson. Huddy in deep. Naslund checking on him. Huddy ahead. It's deflected out to center ice once again, and Eriksson has it. Over for Eldebrink. His pass is off Gartner's leg. Huddy moves up. Over the line they come again. Canada, they try to set it up, and it hit a leg and goes out to center ice, and Wilson goes back near his own line. Wilson with Sundstrom. A rink-wide pass over the line comes Anderson, but he was offside on the pass. We played 6 minutes, 54 seconds here in the third period. Canada leading by 3 now. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, there's Larry Robinson talking with Peter Stastny. Interesting anecdote about Larry. Played another very strong game against the Soviets the other night, and he phoned home after the game. The conversation went something like this. Hi, it's your dad. His son Jeff was 14, answered the phone. First question Jeff asked is, how did that Makarov get around you for that goal? There's a shot right off. Larry said, let me talk to your mother.
These kids have a way of keeping you humble, don't they?
Peters comes up with a save at the side of the net. It was in close quarters there. Peters has been busier in this period. The shots on goal for the game even. There's little Mats Neslin. Player of the game for Team Sweden against the United States and also against Germany. They give him a little skating room. He's very, very tough to stop. Håkan Loob talking with Stan Eldebrink, who doesn't have a job in the NHL. Couldn't make it with Quebec, couldn't make it with Vancouver. It's been pretty good for Team Sweden in this Canada Cup. Very steady, certainly the steadiest on the blue line, I think. A lot of experience. Now the lead pass, and Bossy moves up ice. And he just takes chased off the puck by Eldebrink. They step out. That time it was Lindmark who cleared it down the ice. Peters comes out of his own net and plays it himself against Loob. And flipped along the boards, and Bossy has it again. Bossy, Sutter, out to center ice now. A shot wide of the net. Pinelli bumped up against the boards. Gretzky, Bossy at center ice. Bossy down over the line now. Line of Bossy, Sutter, and Pinelli out there. Bossy gets it again along the boards. Back out for Robinson. The shot. And it goes right by everybody off a leg. Now Sweden again. Clearing it past Loob and down the ice. This will be icing as Coffey goes back into his own zone to get it. And it will be called for a face-off in the Swedish zone. 4-1, Canada leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, the face-off will be in the Swedish zone. Peter Stastny along with Bellows and Bourne. Eklund centering the line for Sweden. That is cleared down the ice. Håkansson is out there as well. The Los Angeles Kings. Robinson, Bellows ahead. And trying to get loose, and over the line it comes, and Bellows just couldn't get any skating room, and it rolled off the end of his stick. Robinson now. Robinson. Far side for Coffey. They've been the defensive pair. They can move the puck, the two of them. Robinson clearing it in. Pinching in at the point now is Coffey. He flips it right along the boards to Bourne. Bourne throws it behind the net for Peter Stastny. Stastny kicks it free. Bellows takes a hit. Then Kalin against the boards now and again. This time it's Stastny digging it out behind the net. And again it's Mats Kalin. He's checked by Bellows. Samson also in there along with Håkansson, and it's held for a face-off. Again, they just keep the Swedes bottled up as best they can and protect a 3-goal lead here. And we've played 8 minutes and 44 seconds in the third period.
Well, the Swedes are still playing that conservative style. I can't believe it. I thought they'd be trying to force more. They need 3 goals, and they only have 11 minutes to get them. So
there's the next game. It's coming up Tuesday. Will that decide the Canada Cup? We'll be on the air 7:30 Eastern Time, live from the Northlands Coliseum. Game 2, and if a third game is necessary, it'll be Game 3 in Edmonton on Thursday night. Here's Anderson at center ice. Shooting it in is Sundstrom. On the boards, it's the other Sundstrom. Peter digging it out, clears the side of the net again. Goulet out to Middleton. Middleton couldn't knock it out of midair. Anderson, Neslin puts it to the line. Huddy just taps it over to the defense partner. Huddy again. Going to get Goulet on the far side. Now Wilson. Bring it back in again. Gretzky working after that puck, but Peter Sundstrom. Think wide again. Now it's Elvain. Anderson shot high and gloved easily. That's the kind of shots now that doesn't seem that Sweden is really that aggressive. They've got this far in this tournament by being aggressive, and they just haven't shown much of that. It's offside there at the line.
Well, they look like an altogether different team than they did against Team Canada in their 4-2 victory. They were hitting more. They seemed to play with more emotion. Tonight, like I said, they're just sitting back and maybe trying to wait for Canadian mistakes, but they're not happening, and really not a whole lot happening out there.
Interesting to note that Sweden has the lead in penalty minutes. They have a thing at the World Championship called the Fair Play Cup. Canada usually blows it about 5 minutes into the first period of the first game, but
that's got to be a first for Sweden.
Sweden always wins it, always used to. But they lead this tournament in penalty minutes. Now Leif Bourque having problems getting the alignment he wants on the ice. And as you look there at Thomas Sandstrom. And over the line now, diving for it. And again, there was Pete Peters, who's been there all night long. That was shot back in again. Coffey, side of his net. Coffey flipping it near the line, and it's kept in just at the line. A bouncing puck Eriksson got in the way of. Behind the net now, Coffey. Coffey off the boards. Cleared in front. Stan couldn't reach that. Got behind the net. Boy, they're going nowhere right now. Anderson just deflects it, tipping it out to center ice. Eldebrink back near the line. Gets it again, deep in his own zone. Eriksson ahead for Stan. He can't reach that as Lowe is there. Lowe to Bork. Bork forced back as Stan did a bit of forechecking. Gartner now will try it. He brings it to center ice. Messier takes a bump out there. And bringing it right back to the line is Patrick Sundstrom. Shoots it in. Messier. Rink wide pass. Lowe out to center ice now. Gartner breaking for the line, but it was stopped again, this time by Telvain. Now kicked loose. To get loose was Anderson. That was stopped. Anderson at center ice, knocking it out of midair. There's it ahead, but Gartner couldn't get that pass as Telvain played up near the line. Esslin leaving it for Anderson. Anderson moving up now. He throws it into the Team Canada zone. Peters out of his net, leaves it for Lowe. Lowe hooking it back into the corner. Bork rather. Bork for Sutter. Sutter at center ice now. Now down to the line. Coffey, or at least Tonelli rather, for Bossy behind the net. Here is Tonelli. After that puck, also in there is Sundstrom. Third along the boards. Peter Sundstrom at center ice now, leaving it for Neslin. Neslin going over the line. Neslin shooting it in there. It's tipped just wide. Peter Sundstrom. Peters has not had anything in the way of work and dangerous shots in this period. Had a couple from a long way out, but the Swedes are not penetrating the zone at all. Rossi overskates at center ice. Sutter shoots it in. Canada will make a change. Moving in is Tonelli. Bossy on the far boards. Sundstrom digs it out, but Coffey's right there, and he hooks it down into his own zone. After it down there is Sundstrom. Robinson checks him up against the boards at the side of the net. Peters trying to hold it in against the netting. Finally covered up, and it'll be held for a face-off to Pete Peters left. 4-1, Canada leading. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. Well, a full house here at the Saddle Dome, the Olympic Saddle Dome in Calgary. And with that crowd of almost 16,000, attendance goes past the 145,000 mark for the tournament. So make the Eagle very happy. Puck inside the blue line now. Here's Lube getting set, goes across ice, scores! Lube, good setup across ice for Thomas Steen. And it's a 4-2 hockey game.
Well, this line here we were talking about earlier, they're the most offensive line for the Swedes. Here Canada makes a little mistake inside their own zone, getting trapped. Lube passes it across right on the forehand of Steen. Pretty goal.
Huddy was the one that was trapped back near the line, and it just quick two-way pass. Nothing Peters could do at all.
Well, that might give Sweden a little bit of a boost here with just under 8 minutes left.
Here it is again, Lube number 12 across for Stan. Well, Lube drew a couple of boos from the fans here. This is his home rink.
I think they're saying Lube.
Well, they may have. How could you not like a player like Håkan Lube? He's been an honest player tonight. Anderson, he's got a goal and an assist. He's been in on both of the Swedish goals. So it's 4-2 now. Off the boards, Middleton. Middleton backhanding it in. And Nielsen, always dangerous, rolls it along the boards. Telvain starting out from his own zone now. Telvain to Nielsen. Nielsen stops up just inside the line, and he stopped actually just before the line and put a couple of his line mates offside. Another face-off outside the blue line once again. There's Thomas.
Having a fine tournament, his 5th goal.
Neslin comes out now with the two Sundstroms. So they've broken up the lines. They're making some changes here. Radin has been taken off the line. Canada moving the puck through center ice as Coffey got it out there. Gets it back again. Backhands it off the boards, and Anderson hustles after it. Shoots it in. Around the glass. Gartner trying to dig it loose against the boards. He's pinned in there, staying after it. But Anderson does set it back against the flow. But Messier couldn't reach that. Anderson gets it again inside the blue line. Anderson checked on the play. Here's Neslin. Out to center ice it comes now. Peter Sundstrom over the line. Stan going for the net, and he's checked. There's going to be a penalty. Out at center ice now. Gartner hustling after that puck. The goaltender's way out of the net. Shoots into the net, but I don't think it's a goal. Canada on the delayed whistle. That'll be a slashing call. couple of good moves in there, all for naught. Lindmark was coming out of the net. That was the reason he was beat. Slashing penalty called, and Anderson's going off the ice, and Sweden may get a chance to get back in this game.
Well, this is the type of game Sweden's been playing all along. They've been waiting for a few breaks here and there. They got one to get back into the game with that second goal. Now they get another break with Canada taking a penalty with 6:50 left in the period. And if they get one here, that's going to give them a little bit more spark going into the final few minutes. Here's the slash here. The stick breaks, as you can see in your picture there. And 2-minute slashing penalty.
That looked like a borderline situation. Let's see that again. Kind of. In any case, a slashing call, 13-10. Anderson's in there. So we give Sweden a shot here. Lube, Steen, Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom up front. He's the one from the New York Rangers. Kent Nielsen will play the blue line, along with Peter Anderson, who plays for the Washington Capitals. Good problems getting this one underway. We're set. Penalty killers for Canada. We've got center out there, of course. Finelli. Also Bork and Lowe. Sweden will start from their own zone now. Nielsen up along the boards for Peter Anderson. Anderson got a man breaking free there. Lube got in just ahead of the puck and is called on the offside. Anderson didn't see him there, and he was all alone and behind the defense if they could have got the puck to him. Sundstrom. Patrick.
What a player he is. He had 91 points last year, 38 goals with Vancouver. He's an excellent playmaker.
How many Twins make it into professional sports at the top level? Not that many. I'll tell you one Twin who is here as a broadcaster for the Soviet Union, and they were great players, Evgeny and Boris Myrov. All right, it's Nielsen behind his own net again, up to Anderson on the wing. Lead pass deflected by Lube over the line. Steen going deep. Bork's there, clears it off the boards at the point. Here's Nielsen winding up, takes the shot. Anderson moving in. His shot right on, batted out of midair by Peters at the point. It's Nielsen again, clearing it behind the net. Steen can't corral it, but Lube's got it in the corner. Lube reaching back. Lube also staying back there. Lube again. Anderson pinches in at the point. Gets the puck. Anderson. Nielsen, the shot. It's right on, and it's gloved by Peters, and he holds on.
The Canadian defenseman did a fine job of clearing the Swedes out of the area there so Pete could see that puck coming from the point.
Well, Peters under a little pressure here. We've got 1:01 remaining in the power play, and here it is. Nielsen blasting it in. Low along the ice, and the glove save. Anderson and Nielsen working well at the point. Now they'll make some lineup changes. Lube remains out there. Steen will come back out. Eldebrink will work the point. We'll see how they line this one up. Nielsen has moved up. Nielsen has moved up to play the right side on this line. So Steen, Lube, Nielsen, Eldebrink, along with Thomas Eriksson. They're down the ice. Less than a minute remaining in the penalty now. Eldebrink behind the net with Gretzky right on top of him, and he's forced to give the puck up. But Nielsen's back. Oh, Gretzky is hooked down to the ice by Eldebrink and draws a penalty.
Well, a costly penalty there for Sweden. Gretzky was really nowhere in the play. Eldebrink gave him a little hook with a stick and tripped Wayne. The referee was right there to call it, but a bad time to take a penalty with 45 seconds left in a power play.
Eldebrink is unhappy either with the call or himself, and I have a funny feeling he is unhappy with the referee right about now. Yuri Karandin of the Soviet Union tripping at 14:25 as you see it. So they'll be at even strength now, and that power play advantage ends. And it ends with 45 seconds remaining, so Canada are watching behind the puck carrier there, and as you see it, Well, it's hard to pick out. It was behind the play. Well, Sweden's going to have to pull it out now. They're going to have to go after it. They need a goal, and time is a factor here, so they need it fairly quickly.
Well, they have to try to create some scoring chances.
4-2. Canada leading. Look at the line. Messier circling in the center ice zone. Messier again to Robinson. Coffey. Back to Messier. Messier at full flight. Center ice now. Moving in over the line. Trying to circle. Telvain shoots it in, but he's wide with it. Gretzky against the board. Gretzky trying to hook it free. But it's Patrick Sundstrom. Sundstrom out at center ice now for Nestlin. Neslin's over the line. Stops up. Shoots it in. A bouncing puck that's steered into the corner by Peters. Sundstrom along the boards with Robinson. Now out comes Messier. Center ice for Gretzky. Gretzky over the line. Circles back. Good move. Now into Coffey. Coffey back to Gretzky. Gretzky reaching for it. In the corner. Double team there. Still after that puck. It's loose. Hooked free by Bossy. Now out comes to the point man. The shot is wide as Anderson moved in. Back out to the point. It comes again for Coffey to Bourque. Bourque set. Moves in. The shot. The screen shot. And the save is made at the goal mouth by Lindmark. Behind the net again. Gretzky. Canada with the pressure on now. Back out for Bourque. His shot right on. Eldebring. Or at least Lindmark went down and he is in pain. I think that got him in a very tender spot, and we're going to get double minors called as well at rising shot. And Lindmark, take a look at it. As it is cleared out from behind the net by Gretzky. There's Bourque. Yes, it did. Very tender spot. Lindmark trying to skate that one off. At the 1981 World Championships, Lindmark in front of his own fans was outstanding. Larry Robinson was an all-star in that tournament as well. So we'll take a look at the penalties now as the double minor is called. Side of the net. Lindmark still feeling the effects of that shot. He'll be given time to shake that off.
Anderson and Telvain were wrestling in front of the net. They both went off for roughing penalties. So Canada have a 4-on-3 advantage here.
Well, that's all kinds of room. It'll look like it's international hockey. This is Labatt's Canada Cup on CTV. So it'll be 4 skaters to 3 out there. When I say it looks like international hockey, obviously this is international hockey, but European hockey with a big ice surface. All that skating room now. There you see the penalties.
This crowd's getting excited here. This wave's going around 3 or 4 times. I wonder how many drinks are spilt.
Trying to get things organized down in the Team Canada zone right now. We've got Gretzky, or at least in the Swedish zone. Gretzky, Coffey. Coffey's got the puck now against the boards, checked by Stan, and it's cleared out to center ice, and Gretzky goes after it. Gretzky to Coffey. Coffey in his own zone. Cleared out to center ice for Bourque. Bourque just gets it to the line. He was checked from behind, and it's cleared back into the Team Canada zone again. Coffey. Here he comes. The lead pass. Gretzky now on a breakaway. Gretzky shoots it. Score! That is the first goal for Gretzky since the first game of this tournament.
It's his hat trick against Germany. But there Wayne was. He snuck in behind the defenseman. He's right at the red line. Straddles the red line. And got the board.
A step on Eriksson.
Fix the corner beautiful, just inside the post.
Now, Wayne Gretzky.
Well, he missed that one earlier. Not too often he misses breakaways.
His 4th goal of the tournament.
There he is, taking a look at the goalie coming out. Perfect shot.
Low glove side. That's how he does it. So now it is 5-2. Here's Anderson. Back in his own zone for Sweden. Dean back there now. Out for Robinson. Robinson near the line now. Clears it in. It's knocked down at the side of the net. That's Sweden. Peters gets another assist on that. Well, Peters has 2 assists in this game. Out at center ice, it is Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom to the line. Gradin was just straddling the line desperately trying to get back on side, and Sundstrom took it back to center ice. Anderson to Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom at center ice again from Messier. Messier. Wilson. Robinson. Robinson ahead. Eriksson reaching for it. Is chopped back inside the zone. Thelin. Thelin shooting it in. Robinson again back there to pick it up behind his own net. 5-2. Canada leading in game 1 of this Canada Cup final. Wilson. Wilson at center ice. Gretzky's alone. Here he comes again. He gets set. He shoots it wide on the backhand. Now out comes Sweden. Håkansson shooting it through center ice. Eklund couldn't get that pass. Håkansson again is checked away. And again it's Canada. To the line. Gretzky getting behind the defense, but he was offside on the play. There he is, Wayne Gretzky, a goal and a second chance on a breakaway. Shakes his head.
That gives him 11 points for the series. He's taken over the lead in the scoring, and another great effort by Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, the face-off in the center ice zone. Where this crowd is whooping it up. This hasn't been what you'd call a thriller of a game, but they want to see a Canada victory. And at this stage, Canada looks in good shape with 2:29 remaining to take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 final. Eldebrink back in his own zone. All of the penalties now have expired. Eldebrink getting into the far side. Thelin out for Nielsen. Nielsen on the march down over the line, drops it off. Here's the shot right on by Stan, and Peters holds on. Gretzky out there again. The goals for Canada in this game: Gardner, Middleton, Goulet, and Gretzky. There's the super fan. He's having a good time, and he's really got this crowd in a good frame of mind. Easy to be in a good frame of mind with a couple of minutes left and leading by 3.
That's for sure.
There's Gretzky again. Gretzky to Middleton. Middleton kicking it in over the line now. Middleton going against the boards along with Thelin. Out comes Sweden. Thelin to Nielsen. Nielsen easing it ahead for Lube. Lube forced back once again. Eldebrink. Lube inside the zone. Ahead. At center ice it comes. Thelin to Eklund. Eklund couldn't get loose. Canada again. Here comes Gretzky again, but the puck hopped over his stick. Now he stops up in the corner. Gretzky fighting for that puck. Comes to Nielsen. Nielsen in close quarters, circles and brings it to center ice now. It's Sweden coming up 4 abreast over the line. Here's Eklund. Eklund makes a move, moves in on the net, goes to the backhand. The shot is just wide by Nielsen. Canada again. At center ice it comes, knocked down by Eriksson. He brings it back in over the line. Nielsen dropping the pass, and coming back was Goulet to make the play. Now the pass, Bossy going after that puck, but Lindmark had to come out of the zone, and it comes off a leg. That clearing pass came right back to Lindmark. Now it's Coffey moving in. Bossy set. He shot it wide. Now it's Coffey again shooting it in there. It's gloved by Lindmark, and he holds on for a face-off in the Swedish zone with 51 seconds remaining in this hockey game. Well, one in the the books for Glenn Saylor and Team Canada in the final for the Canada Cup?
Well, I think it's been a little different game than everybody, both on Canada and the fans here, anticipated. We thought that the Swedes maybe would create a little more excitement, some more scoring chances, but they just seemed to play a defensive style of game and really didn't take it to Canada.
Well, they tried to control the game and look for the breaks. That was what they got in the game in Vancouver. Canada took advantage of its chances this time and have led from the early going. The side of the net. Lindmark made the save out of center ice again. Sundstrom knocking it down, but Huddy has cleared right back in again. Bossy after that puck in the corner, cleared along the boards. Anderson gets it again. Link wide. Delvane. Sundstrom to the line. Swings out there now. Puck comes back to Peter Sundstrom. He works to the side of the net, trying to get a shot away, and Sutter was right on top of him. Bossy hoisting it down the ice now. 10 seconds remaining in the hockey game. Back to get it. And picking it up is Anderson. Anderson is cradling that puck inside his zone, and that's it. Canada takes a 1-0 lead in the first game of this Canada Cup final. The final score, Canada 5, Sweden 2, game 2 on Tuesday.